Alright everyone, welcome back to another 5 Metas Every Pro Should Know series. This is episode 15 and we're handling Turkey today. If you guys are watching this, I'm still on my vacation. Obviously pre-recorded these. As you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt as last week. No shame. Anyway, today we're hitting Turkey. And this is a fun one because my good friend Gelotris is a very big Turkey head. He's obviously Turkish. And he loves Turkey and finding metas in Turkey. So I've covered actually a couple of exclusive ones that he's shown to me and other members of our close-knit circle in the Geo community, and I'm sharing them today with you all. So this should be very special because you guys get to see a little look into the mind of a Turkish genius, aka Gelotris, whose link I will be leaving in the description down below. But enough yapping, let's hop in to meta number 1. So with meta number 1, I did mention this in a previous Turkey video that I did with Gelotris. I'm not sure if many of you guys watched that one, so I'm going to reiterate it again. I thought it was good to kind of get out there on the series that pretty much a lot of people watch. So Denizli Pavement is something that can help you distinguish that you're in this particular city. So what we're looking at here is kind of like a fish scale shape, I would say. So it's essentially like diamond shaped, but the diamonds overlap, kind of creating like this fish scale facade on the pavement. And you can see this throughout the entire city. So you see what I mean? Like if you are imagining the side of a fish and you see these, they kind of look like fish scales to me. And I think that's the best way to describe them. Besides overlapping diamonds, I think isn't like probably the best way to do it. But yeah, they're found throughout the city of Denizli, and you should use this essentially to guarantee and guess that you're in Denizli, because you can get a pretty correct guess in duels with this if you see this like fish scale pavement, essentially. And yeah, very helpful meta number 1. The next meta that we're going to be going over is the E99 south of Şanlıurfa here. And it's quite interesting because looking at this one's actually in the Plunkett guide as well, so you can look at it. But while you're driving south, it's kind of like a sunrise coverage. Like the sun is clearly in the east here. It looks like it's rising. It's a little bit hazy as well. And you can see this throughout our drive down all the way to the Syrian border. And look, it's just pretty much on the east the entire time as you're driving down south on this road. Yeah, you can even see it as you reach this little loop in which we turn around here, I do believe. But yeah, it's pretty much east the entire time on this road with a little bit of like hazy-ish coverage. Now, as we switch to the north driving, so we're driving back, I'm pretty sure this was all taken in the same day, because as we're driving back, the sun is now to the west of us. So that means it is setting, and it is still hazy. So you can still see that haziness as we're driving back, as shown here. But this time, the sun's in the west, and it looks like it's setting. As opposed to driving south here, like I'll just show to compare. Driving south here, sun is in the east. Driving north here, sun is in the west. So, pretty interesting meta. I think Plunkett Guide kind of went over this, but like not entirely. But yeah, this is quite helpful, I think. Because you won't get this distinct looking like hazy road, kind of overcast. Especially driving north, like it gets a bit more overcast as you get closer to Şanlıurfa. But yeah, sun is in the west the entire way driving north, sun is in the east all the way driving south. So very important one, kind of a niche meta, but also something that I was pretty proud of discovering partially for myself, which was really cool. And that's our meta number 2 for today. All right, boom, boom, boom. This is Gelotris exclusive number 1. We're hitting, oh wait, sorry. Gelotris exclusive number 2. We're hitting Mersin Pipes today. And this one is quite interesting. And it's pretty much found between this area of Mersin and Silifke here. And if you see these rusty metal pipes along the side of the road, you should guess here, because these are pretty much found. Like, you'll see pipes in other places in Turkey, but this like rusty round metal pipe. Sometimes you'll see like a handful of them, but these are quite common between on the coast here between Mersin and Silifke here, and yeah, you'll see them throughout. Like a lot of the roads you click on, they'll be visible, and these rusty metal pipes are quite important. Kind of similar to the ones that you will see in Ecuador that do pump probably palm oil, I guess. I don't know what this is pumping here, but we'll take it because it is quite helpful for the Mersin area. There's even one up here. Yeah, just this random road here. It says a random pipe going through it. And then there is, of course, one exception to the rule, and that's in Alanya, where you just get this random jumble of pipes going up here. But aside from that, you see a rusted metal pipe, you should guess, in this Mersin area. Alright, next we're hitting Nevsehir sandstone buildings. So this whole province of Nevsehir is going to have these type of sandstone buildings. So kind of like different colors, I would say, in terms of like the stones that they're using on them. Like Nevsehir probably has the best examples with like, you know, different colors, but just a very distinct look. Whereas, you know, it's pretty much all around us here. Like the normal apartment building is going to look like this, painted and stuff, but this facade, like the sandstone facade, is like something like very common in Nevsehir province. And yeah, you can see it throughout any of the cities surrounding here, pretty much. You'll see it as well. And yeah, you can find one of these, pretty much every one of these cities in the Nevsehir province. Aside from, when I looked at it, I couldn't find it in Hashibektash. I don't know. Like, they were just mostly just painted, much like this apartment building here. And yeah, I couldn't find one that was sandstone there, but I think it is very useful. Architecture clues, always definitely useful. And Nevsehir province has the most of the sandstone buildings, so you should guess there if you see some sandstone buildings. Alrighty, the next meta and the final meta from Gelotris, this is what we're going into. We're going into Zonguldak / Bartin reflectors. And these reflectors differ from the normal reflectors that you see everywhere else in Turkey. So the normal reflectors, let's show you this first. Normal reflectors, like when you're taking an off-ramp or something, you'll see it is a little bit thicker. And essentially, the Zonguldak ones are pretty much cut in half here. So if you look at one of these, it's like half of this, or a little bit less than half, but like, let's imagine you like sliced it down into thirds maybe. You'll see that in Zonguldak and Bartin, and these are only found in these two provinces here in Turkey. So a couple examples, you'll pretty much see them on a lot of the main highways, end of guardrails a lot, just to prevent drivers from crashing, or like places where there's no guardrails. And yeah, found throughout most of the D roads here, as we click through Zonguldak. And yeah, Bartin as well has it a lot. A little bit of a thinner one there. And this is just kind of lining all the roads. This one's a little bit thicker, but pretty much only seen there. And then this is like the normal one that we saw in Zonguldak a lot. And yeah, you will get that thin striped one. These are a few examples of the not Bartin reflectors, so it's a little bit thicker, as you can see, a little bit wider. I'm sure you guys can see the difference. It's pretty clear. But yeah, very, very useful. And then, of course, there's always one exception to the rule in Turkey, and that's going to be this random highway here, west of Bingöl, in which you get this on this random stretch for some reason. But yeah, you shouldn't be guessing Zonguldak or Bartin on this, where it's super dry, very rocky, stuff like that. So I guess this one's kind of niche as well, because if you see this on a road, you can just guess this road west of Bingöl, and you're golden. But yeah, very interesting one, and definitely a very helpful one for knowing that you guess Zonguldak or Bartin here, because a lot of the Black Sea coast does look quite similar in Turkey. There are some differences, like Raz will obviously have a lot of tea and stuff like that, but like this area here, Ordu, all the way to Zonguldak, aside from coast guessing, is a little bit harder to kind of get the correct province and area, and that's a lot of points lost if you get it wrong. So Very important and a very good tip. Shout out Gelotris for that one. That's meta number 5. All right, everyone. A bit of a shorter episode today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out Gelotris for the wonderful metas. Obviously, the legend himself. I'll be leaving his YouTube channel in the description down below. And shout out the legend, of course. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in another GeoGuessr video tomorrow. Peace.